How's it going, Yankee fans? Welcome back to Fireside Yankees with your boys Alex and Ryan. If you haven't heard the news, the Yankees just promoted Everson Pereira and Oswald Peraza. Now, we have been hammering home the idea of calling up these young studs, and ultimately, we wanted to see a little bit of Austin Wells, but we'll take Everson. We'll take Pereira, who's 22 years old. He could be the future in center fielder in left field. He's going to get everyday reps in left field, and at the very least, guys, the very freaking least, I have interest to watch Yankees games again. I have the audacity to sit on my couch and watch this losing team play, because the reality is we now have somebody to look forward for the future, and I am at least invested in the future of this organization, certainly not the 2023 season, where we're going to see some turnover. I mean, Harrison Bader could be gone, IKF could be gone, McKinney, Bowers, Josh Donaldson. There's a bevy of guys who are going to be off this team, but one thing is for sure, Everson Pereira could be a long-term solution for us, and we're going to get to see him enjoy some live action MLB at-bats along with Oswald Peraza, who we've known has played 37 games in the MLB. He's had some decent games, had decent performances, but the Yankees have not given him a substantial sample size. He should be getting everyday reps now in the infield. Every single day, he should be in the infield. Question is, where are they going to play him? I mean, at this point, I'm thinking I'm shutting Rizzo down for the rest of the year. I'm putting Gigi LeMahieu at first base, and Oswald Peraza's playing every single freaking day at third base. That's my kind of inkling of what they may do. But Ryan, how you feeling after these promotions? I'm ecstatic. We got reasons to watch the Yankees baseball again, and I'm definitely here for it.
Yeah, this is a really good day. Like, this is amazing. You look at what Everson Pereira has done so far this season. He's been mightily impressive, not just in, the counting stats. Like, yeah, he's got 18 home runs. He's hitting 300, slugging over 500. Like, that's great. But the hard hit rates, right? Like, the quality of contact, this is special stuff here. He's an 86th percentile in weighted on base average, 88th percentile in hard hit rate, 94th percentile, 90th percentile exit velocity, which means, the top 10% of your exit velocity total. So are you consistently getting to high exit velocities? Yes, he is. And then his max exit velocity, of course, 114.5 miles per hour, the third highest recorded exit velocity in the organization behind Aaron Judge and Giancarlo Stanton. So this guy's got true 70 grade power. He's got pretty good speed. He's been running a little bit more lately. I wonder if that's something that is going to include in his game more at the major league level. If you were looking at it from a projection standpoint, like what is he capable of in terms of home runs and stolen bases? I'd say he's capable of hitting, 25, 30 home runs and stealing about 10 to 15 bags, just based on how aggressive he is in the base paths. But, defensively, he can play center, left, and right. That's a huge thing here. Again, the power tools. I mean, that's really what you're looking at here, right? Obviously, there are whiff issues. That is a concern, but his swing decisions have actually gotten significantly better. He's dead on average in chase rate at the AAA level. He's gotten considerably better throughout the season. And his in-zone swing rate, which is how often you swing at strikes, is 77.6%. That's one of the best marks in all of AAA. So he's aggressive enough in zone. He'll ambush guys. He'll hit the ball hard, and he'll do so without chasing too much. There is a lot of swing and miss in the bat, but you hope with, as you said, getting the major league at bats, that you'll help close those holes in his swing and figure something out for 2024. In Oswald Peraza's case, it's a lot less of a flashy game. It's a lot more great defense, great base running, kind of more of a scrappy hitter, doesn't really have the remarkable raw power that Everson Pereira does, and he doesn't consistently reach his max exit velocity the way that Pereira does. Peraza is a guy who has a 112 max exit velocity, but he's in the 59th percentile and 90th percentile exit velocity, which means he's getting there enough, but not at the rate you want him to. I think there's upside in this bat. The Yankees can unlock a couple of things in his game. Maybe it's, getting him to think a little bit more like, hey, you do have raw power. Let's unlock it. Or, hey, we want to make good swing decisions. Let's hyper-focus on that. Whatever it may be, you just want him to hit enough to make him playable because his glove is great. We know the glove is very good. We know the speed tools are there. This is the type of guy that provides a lot of value outside of the offensive counting stats. But overall, these are two very talented ball players, and the ages, 22 and 23, these guys could be long-term pieces for the future.
They absolutely can be, and that's what I'm looking toward right now. I mean, right now, in a perfect world, I think you're looking at Oswald Peraza. Like, let's say Anthony Volpe, Gleyber Torres remain on this team. I mean, they're obviously under contract, so let's assume that they're staying put. Right now, I can see Oswald Peraza taking over at third base long term. I can see the Yankees deciding, you know what? Let's not go get like a Heinder Candelario in free agency. Let's stick with our youth. Let's really put a movement in place that we're committing to the guys that we've been refining and developing for like 5-6 years. Like, they're finally getting to this level. I mean, Ryan, I'll ask you this: like, is there a world like by the All-Star game next year, where we see a team that looks like Anthony Volpe at shortstop, Oswald Peraza at third base, Jason Dominguez in left field, and Everson Pereira in center field. Is there a world where we see like 4 or 5 starters that are a year, 2 years into their MLB careers? Like, is that something that you could see happening?
I'm curious to see how it plays out. I'm not 100% sure who's going to be here, who's not. I'm not 100% sure that they're going to view Peraza as a full-time third baseman. Now, Brandon Cuddy is reporting that they are going to play him and Pereira every single day. That's their plan. So at least you know you're going to get the reps. I know that's I know hearing this at first, the first fan reaction is, well, are they going to play? They're supposed to. And then to answer that second point of like, who do you think can be up here? I think Dominguez could at the All-Star break, especially if he's the one who's trailing Pereira on this call-up. I wonder if it's him or Elijah Dunham. It would be kind of underwhelming if it was Dunham, but he has played very well at AA, and he was the guy who started the season in AAA, so maybe they want to get him back there. But Dominguez has been really good in AA lately, so do they make that aggressive promotion? We'll see. On the pitching side of things, right, you have Richard Fitz and Drew Thorpe, and who are just, they're demolishing AA. Clayton Beater and Will Warner on AAA, they've been scuffling a little bit, but it's AAA. Like, if the ball's flying over there, it's hard to get pitch movement. I don't think that you're going to see AAA evaluation be taken seriously for pitchers this season. That's really the thing here. You're trying to look for guys who can just help you, right, who can just plug in some balls. As you mentioned, like, hey, can you find your third baseman through your system? Can you find your left fielder through your system? Can you find a fourth or fifth starter in your system? If you can do these things, then, paying Stanton $22 million, that's not great. But if you're paying, MLB minimum or, close to for a guy who's giving you, let's say, a 110 to win 15 WRC plus and some decent defense in left field, it kind of weighs itself out, right? Like, overall, the overall total payroll is going to equate to, you are, let's say, the 4th most expensive team in baseball, and you're also the 4th best team in baseball. Like, these type of things are going to start adding themselves up, and that's where you want to get to. You want to get to a point where you're spending efficiently, and part of that is getting good production from your rookies. People oftentimes, and I'm going to make the crossover here because, you're wearing your Giants jersey, so I kind of have to. People talk about winning on a quarterback's rookie contract, right? The reason for that is in a capped league, it's even more important. It's more imperative to get production out of the guys you're paying and paying big bucks to, and hoping you can win on the margins and get productions from guys that aren't getting paid a lot, right? So, this is your window. You're getting a bunch of guys who are young and on rookie deals. As some of these bigger contracts start to fade away and expire, like Hicks, LeMahieu, Stanton, those all 4 of those deals, that's a lot of money. And then Donaldson obviously this year, and Rizzo too. That's 5 big money contracts. They're going to be off the books before Pereira, Peraza, Volpe, any of those guys even come close to hitting free agency. So this is a good window for the Yankees to get these guys in here. And if they can get the production, and then when they do have to pay them, those big contracts are gone, it's going to look like a pretty good situation. And all things considered, and I'll pass this off to you like this, the Yankees farm system is good. If they trust their farm system, I think they'll produce major league talent. And if they produce major league talent, all it takes is one postseason run, and we're going to forget everything that happened. But now the focus is on getting these guys reps. So Alex, it's not, I think at this point you're excited to watch games, right? Like, that's really another thing here. As a fan, you'd want to watch games now, right?
I'm going to be sitting down and watching Everson Pereira. Do I care about watching IKF and all these guys who may or may not be here next year? Absolutely not. I am watching games to see freaking Everson Pereira and Oswald Peraza field ground balls, field fly balls, and hit. That is what I am here for. And Anthony Volpe, I want to see his continuous development.
Dominguez is going to
what's happening? Let's freaking go!
Let's go! This is what we should be doing.
That's huge. We talked about this morning.
This is the direction that fantasy needs to go. I want you to take over here because I don't want to interrupt you, but I just saw the news. I had to, man. This is where this team needs to go.
I saw your face.
This is the direction. This is the direction we've been sitting here pounding the table for. Take that direction
for weeks.
And you know what? Better late than never. I'd rather it happen. I'd rather them realize, we screwed up and we made a mistake and do the right thing than just stay arrogant. They're making the changes. I sat here and yelled about how they had a meeting and didn't do anything. And you know what? Things are happening. So I'll give them this one. But carry on. Now Dominguez is in AAA.
I don't even know what to say. This is, I mean, it's my birthday today. Couldn't be a better birthday gift. Pereira, Peraza, let's freaking go. Dominguez in AAA. The prospects are coming. This is what we wanted to see. Finally, the Yankees pick a direction. They're a couple weeks late, but like you said, better late than never. We've been pounding the table for 2 weeks about this now, but I think it's a little bit of validation for what we've been saying, Ryan. Like we nailed this one. This should have happened weeks ago. I'm finally happy that they did it now, but these guys should have been elevated. Like this is at least a month. They get a month, a little bit more, a month and 10 days worth of action, and it's going to go far. Now they have at least a plan and a strategy for what the future looks like instead of staying still and not doing anything. So I feel great about it. I'm excited. Guys, I'd love to hear your perspectives below in the YouTube comment sections. Make sure to like and subscribe as always, and we'll catch you guys on the next Fireside Yankees episode.